Hey everyone, Chimera45 here. Welcome to the Challenge of Exile, the downloadable content challenges that can be purchased on the PlayStation Network and stuff like that. There are 7 additional challenges in addition to the Challenge of Olympus. Thank you very much, Athena. The first one is called Old Birds, and as you can see, it involves a whole bunch of harpies, which are my favorite. So I just love being able to tear them to shreds. This one took me a little bit to get the rhythm down for, but really all you have to do is just keep using the grapple move over and over again and point the joystick towards a group of harpies. Seems like Kratos doesn't really like to focus on a individual harpy, so focus where like there's a whole bunch of them gathered together. And what's good about that is you get to kill a whole bunch of them pretty quickly. And as you see, it only took me a little over a minute to beat that challenge. This one, on the other hand, this challenge is a bitch. This one was the bane of my existence the night I was recording this. I could not beat this for the life of me. You have to come out swinging. Quick, precise, you cannot really miss a beat. Really, I found that if you are to have a chance of beating this, you have to kill 15 enemies before you get to the first 30 seconds runs out. And as you see, every 30 seconds your weapons switch on you, and you have no magic, which is another thing that makes this challenge such a pain. This challenge took me the longest to beat out of any of the challenges of Exile or Olympus or any other challenge I've ever done in God of War. This one took me a ridiculous amount of time. As you see, after the other 30 seconds runs out, you can switch to the Claws of Hades. I really didn't have a strategy going into this, so I really don't have a strategy to tell you guys. The guard and square attack with the Nemesis Whip is really good because it launches all the enemies into the air with you and stuff like that, so you can mess them up in the air for a while. And then for the last 30 seconds, you get the Cestus. What I found was the easiest way to finish them all off quickly is just mash triangle. Do not use square, use triangle. It creates this shockwave effect that hurts a whole bunch of enemies around you. And it does more damage than regular square. And with 2 seconds to spare, that is Switchblade. The hardest challenge, in my opinion, out of all of the challenges. Possibly in God of War, I don't know. I haven't played the challenges for Ghost of Sparta yet. It doesn't say cleared off up there yet because I quit doing that one for a while and did the others first. This one's called Pandoras Fire. It's pretty easy. All you have to do is kill everything to keep the flame supporting Pandora. Actually, I don't know if I think it's just raising the cage. I don't really think it affects the flame. One easy way you can kill enemies is just with the battering ram technique as usual. Just try to bat them into the flame and it'll instantly kill them. I didn't do that in this. I just was so mad with the Switchblade that I just was taking my anger out on these guys by just beating the ever-loving shit out of them. And you can do that. As you see, there's no time limit. All you have to worry about is Pandora falling into the fire. And after a while, of course, they start to send out more powerful enemies. In this case, they send out some raids. And then, I hate these dogs. They were what was getting on my nerves the most during Switchblade, because they just kept piling up on me. So yeah, when the raids go underground, I'm sure I mentioned this during the Let's Play, but you can use the grapple maneuver to yank them out of the ground, which is very helpful. Without that, the raves would be so much more difficult. I couldn't imagine how much more difficult they would be if you couldn't yank them out of the ground. So as you see, like, if you get one of the enemies to touch the fire, they just instantly die. So that's another quick and easy way to get rid of them. But like I said, I was just taking my time, just venting my frustration and my rage out on all of these creatures. And some of them are stupid. Some of the enemies just walk right into the fire. So that's always funny when they do that. I think you only get the Cestus in this. I don't think you can switch. No, I think you can switch to the Blades of Exile, but that's it. Oh, look, they do actually give you the Rage of Olympus. I'm not sure if I use that or not. I don't really remember. Like I said, I recorded the Challenges of Olympus and the Challenges of Exile back to back, so it was one hell of a recording session. It's all really just a blur to me. I don't remember exactly what I was doing. I just remember mashing buttons and praying that I would win. None of the other challenges really are as bad as Switchblade. Maybe the second to last one. That one's kind of tough too. That one took me a little bit, but Switchblade was the worst. This one only took me 2 tries, and the reason I died, or the reason I failed, was because I died. Pandora didn't even fall into the fire. I just ran out of health. Come on, there's one last wave of enemies that's gonna come out. Just waiting for them to show up. You can use the Siren's back break attack in order to, hurt a whole bunch of enemies. There we go, the Cyclops. They're the last. When you see the Cyclops pop up, you know you're almost in the clear. And I almost die here. Oh yeah, I'm about to say, okay, yeah, I do remember using the blade because I almost died. And they do, some enemies will drop health when you are low on it, but it's a very scarce amount, just enough to keep you alive for a few more seconds. Now, I'm not really sure what controls, like, the difficulty of this. I don't know if it's just, like, on a standard normal difficulty, on a standard hard difficulty. I'm not really sure what, like, the difficulty level of these creatures are. But they go down pretty quickly. Usually they do give you the weapons at maximum level. Sometimes they're at a lower level, but only if it's like an easier challenge. Alright, and Miss Harpy is the last one, and there we go. That is Pandora's Fire, complete. No, maybe it took me more than 2 tries to beat that one. I don't really remember, like I said. Hands off. Kill all the Hades arms before time runs out. This one only took me 1 try. I remember thinking if this one took me more than 1 try, I was just going to give up being a Let's Player altogether. Yeah, I just had to pause the video for a few seconds right there. That was what that weird little cut was all about. So this one, just go around. Honestly, the whole combo, the square, 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 triangle, probably isn't the best way to do it. You could probably just do square, square, triangle and do just as well. This one, I was just like, die. It was getting on my nerves. But yeah, focus on the center first, kind of like with the pots from the Challenge of Olympus. Focus on the center and then go back around and clear out the outskirts of what's left. Could not have cut that any closer. With only 2 seconds left. Use protection. This one took me a couple of tries. Not because I kept dying, but because I kept killing the enemies. With this one, you have to break 12 shields without killing the enemies. And if you break their shields, they don't go away. They stay on the... they stick around. So you can kill them, and Kratos has a tendency to lunge towards the ones who don't have a shield. So what I tried to do, it takes 3 hits to break a shield. So what I tried to do was go around and hit all the shields twice. Obviously I failed with some of them. Because all 12 of the shield legion, or whatever you want to call them, do pop up at once. Oh shit, see? Kratos has a tendency to go towards the ones who don't have a shield. But all 12 of the legion guys will pop up at once. So the easiest way I found was to wait till most of them are out and try to keep as many shields as you can available to keep the enemies alive. And then after that, you should be all good. Hades is kids too. Now, like the Cyclops from the Challenge of Olympus, this one's a lot more tricky though, because you have to fight chimeras instead of Cyclops. You just have to go all out against these things. You can get the chimera down to its like goat form in under 25 seconds or something like that if you really hustle. And if you can manage to do that, I don't manage to do that this time. If you manage to do that, you should most definitely be in the clear, especially if you can kill it before like 210. If you can kill the first chimera before you get to the 210 mark, you should be fine. I don't remember if I kill him in that amount of time or not. The goat form is easily the most difficult because he hops around. He doesn't stay stationary like the other two pretty much do. As you see, he hops all over the place, but if you can get like 2 or 3 combos on him, he should get to the circle. Alright, so yeah, if you can get him right at like the 210 mark, you should be okay. I'm not guaranteeing it, but you should be okay. And yeah, the mashing triangle works good against the snake form, except when you get covered in acid. And the regular combos work good against the lion and goat. Now this one took me a while. Like I said, this one was probably the second most challenging of the Challenges of Exile. But with perseverance and with a lot of determination, you will get through it. Or who knows, maybe I just am really bad at the game and people can clear all of these trials in one go without any problem at all. And hey, I'm sure there are people out there like that, but I'm not one of them. Alright, so now I got 1 goat and 1 lion to contend with, which is it's a challenge in itself because, you know, they both have fire and they both got long range fire. I wish you could just keep hitting them and, you know, kill the heart or whatever just by hitting them over and over again, but no, you have to use the circle technique in order to finish them off section by section, and that kills so much time. Now, I know I'm not really doing too good right now, but if you can get 4 chimeras on the screen before you get to like 90 seconds or 85 seconds, you should be able to get it. Once again, I'm not guaranteeing it, but you should be okay. And like I said with the Cyclops, well, like I was going to say with the Cyclops, but one of them fell off and I like instantly won or something like that. I don't really remember. Just stick to one target. Don't bother, you know, fighting them all. You're just going to waste your time. Try to stick to one target only. I know it's difficult, but ignore all the other ones. They're obviously going to be messing with you, trying to protect their buddy, but don't let them distract you. Focus on the one. If you can get 1 full combo and then 1 more strike on the lion, that usually is enough to put him into the circle. There we go. And now, just like I keep saying, stick to him. And it's a lot more difficult when he's at the goat form because he just is hopping all over the place, having a merry old time shooting you with fire, and I come dangerously close to dying here. I mean, look, they don't even give you, like, the Blade of Olympus in this. They give you no magic, no blades. The only item you have is the friggin' Boots of Hermes, which they're really not going to do much against a Chimera. But, like I said, if you stick to the one target, you should be good. And there we go. That is the second to last Challenge of Exile. Only one left is... Oops, I forgot to put in the menu selection. It's you're fighting Fear Kratos. This is when Kratos was inside of his own mind. Remember, he got plagued by a whole bunch of fear by Zeus. He got transformed into that version of himself. And in order to overcome the challenges of exile, you have to overcome fear itself. Fear Kratos is pretty challenging. Obviously, he's Kratos. But I saved this one for last because by the time I got to him, I was so infuriated with, like, God of War in general and with Kratos and all that, that I took pleasure in being able to kick Kratos' ass for once. I'm still playing as Kratos, obviously, but I think it's bullshit. He still has the Golden Fleece abilities, but he doesn't have the Golden Fleece. See? Unless he's just countering with the blades, but it definitely looks like the animation for the Fleece. They should have given him the Fleece. It would have been cool to see, like, a Fear version of the Fleece. You can play as Fear Kratos throughout the game after you beat the main mission or the main storyline once. You can play it as in bonus play. Kind of having a difficult time talking. Sorry about that. I'm stuttering a lot. But yeah, like I said, Fear Kratos, he's pretty tough, but I was just fencing all of the anger I had built up over the course of the recording session out on Fear Kratos, and I finished him off pretty cool. Finished him off with the blade. I didn't really plan on it that way. I didn't know how much life he had. But there we go. That is the Challenges of Exile complete. Hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you all for the next video, whatever that will be. Let me know in the comments below, anyone who watches this, if you would like to see the combat arena now that it's unlocked. But, yep, that's it for now, and I will see you guys next time.